Hey Taurus, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Four of Swords. The second card that we have out is the Devil. This can be some type of detoxing that you're doing. There can be this can be detoxing, this can be taking a break, this can be pulling yourself away from something or detaching even from something. I'm seeing Ace of Pentacles and I'm seeing Two of Cups. Okay. Actually, I wonder if Four of Swords and the Devil is like not engaging with something. Because Four of Swords is seen as needing to rest or needing to recuperate or needing to ground or sort of like pull away so you can feel like you can touch base in a way that you want to. I see Four of Swords as being connected with self-care at times, but to have the Devil next to it, like sure this can be something that you're recovering, but I wonder too if this is about like being too isolated. I'm gonna get further and see. I mean, Four of Swords and the Devil can also be if you've been like overworking yourself in some way or there's been something that you feel you've been fixating too much on. It can be a time where you practice moderation or you get something under control. Having Ace of Pentacles and having Two of Cups, this is going to be a new chapter that's opening up, that's becoming available, where true connection can be made. Because I see Two of Cups as being like that thing that we're really looking for. When we're looking to connect with something, when the Two of Cups is there, this is a pure, like you're actually finding what you're looking for there. It's not just a facade where you get closer and then you're like, this isn't what I thought it was. I see Two of Cups as really being that real deal. But then looking at the Two of Cups, we have Five of Swords and we have Judgment. So this can be like the thing that will actually bring you home and bring you closer and allow you to feel that sense of connection. Having that Five of Swords can be looking at this and having some type of issue with it, something that needs to be worked out. Because if you're looking at the Two of Cups, which speaks about union and speaks about connection, and that's triggering for some reason, why is that? What's going on with that? I wonder if this is something about cutting off feeling. Because Page of Cups is coming out, but it's coming out reverse. And I would see Page of Cups upright as your feeling, your intuition, connection, stuff that's sort of coming up. But then having Page of Swords reverse can be like trying to push it down. Like feelings coming up. And especially because the Devil is on top of the Page of Cups. So where Page of Cups can be something coming up and saying, hey, this is something that you're feeling, Devil can be whatever you're doing to push that back down, to kind of repress. I'm seeing this be like a repression that's happening here. So I wonder if you're moving in the direction where there's something that is attempting to be done, where there would be a pushing down of feelings. And seeing Five of Cups and seeing Queen of Cups, this can be maybe just a coping strategy. But I wonder too if this is saying, like, if you end up doing that, is that something that you'll feel you regret? Like, if you move in the direction of, I'm going to push this down instead of allowing myself to feel it, there can be a feeling of loss that happens there because of not letting this, allowing this right side up. So will there be a regret? Because if Page of Cups reversed leads into Five of Cups, that would say in the pushing things down, that's where that feeling of loss and disconnection comes from. And that can even be where that, like, why did I do that comes from. Because the Devil can be anything that you're doing to help push stuff down rather than to feel it. And it can be maybe because you feel like feeling it is too intense, but there can also be a, like, you might also wish that you hadn't done that as well. It can maybe be one of those things. Or for some of you, if Queen of Cups is somebody else, this can maybe be somebody that you potentially could have connected with that then is like, you pushed your feelings down and now I can't connect with you. Like, that's not, it's not available. I get the sense overall that this is about working with self in a way where there's actually an opening to what you're feeling rather than a shutting down. So this feels like time that can be spent where there's maybe a recovering of this energy or a reconnecting with that part of yourself, because this is something that can connect you more with your feeling. It can connect you more with your intuition. It can connect you more with your internal guidance, with your emotions. And that this is a new chapter where there can be a working on letting that in. Because I wonder if you've been doing stuff where there's been a trying to do the opposite of that, trying to close stuff down or shut things out. And working on things, but feeling like it's coming from more of a defensive place of not allowing things in. So this is coming back to, I'm seeing Knight of Pentacles and I'm seeing Judgment. The moves that you're making, you want to be aware of what's motivating the moves that you're making and then what those moves will cultivate. Because I almost get the feeling of this being more of a choice than anything. And you can choose to go in the direction where it can be shutting things out and shutting things down. And then for some of you, this can impact a relationship that you have. Because you can be moving in the direction of something that will allow you to numb or to escape or to bypass. But then this can, if you're doing something that moves in the direction of there being a disconnection, it's going to disconnect other things. And you can say, like, I'm just trying to unplug this over here, and then it unplugs something else that you have going on. And this can also be something that was happening before. That maybe you're in a position where you're like, I actually want to bring things together. I want to feel that sense of wholeness. I want to feel that sense of completion. I don't want to like run away from this anymore. I want to feel, I want to connect. And so this can be about making a choice that will cultivate that. I definitely get some type of armoring thing going on here. And that's where this was coming from. Because now I'm seeing the devil connecting with the Five of Swords. And this is like anything that we can do to not let something close to us because of that fear of intimacy. But we're also keeping ourselves at a distance as well. And then feeling a sense of disconnection because of it. Because I'm seeing Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this can be like, why have I been feeling weird lately? Or why have I been feeling disconnected lately? Or why have I just been in like a weird mood lately? What's going on? So having that Four of Cups there. And this can be taking time to, I think, like detox from something that needs to be detoxed from. But this can be a mental thing. Because having this Five of Swords looking at the Two of Cups, why would Two of Cups, which is that unity, that merging, and of something that goes together, why would one look at that and feel like that's threatening? And then Judgment is going to be the thing that helps one decode that to figure it out. And it feels like needing to work through something that had happened where maybe feelings were allowed to come up and then something happened that felt upsetting or felt disappointing. And that's where this shutting down is coming from. It's like something that ultimately is being worked out within you from a place of approaching this to understand it, where this inner conflict is coming from, especially in a mental way. And I do feel like this is shying away from intimacy, and you can see this at the bottom of it as like intimacy with self and closeness with self, and can also impact a relationship or your relationships in general. There can be something about feeling triggered when there's a getting too close, or when there's what one sees as being too much vulnerability or too much transparency. There can be a like running away from that a bit, or just a leaning away from that. because of that feeling scary for some reason, because of that I don't feel safe for some reason, and getting to the bottom of where this comes from. Because I'm seeing the devil more than anything actually as being fear here, and how there's this fear, emotional fear. And that's what's coming up here. So we see devil as being fear, 5 of Swords as I'm feeling triggered, what I'm doing to keep this at arm's length from myself. And then moves that I make that sort of coincide with that. Whereas we have a new chapter here, so there can be new stuff that's happening. There can be changes that occur. This can be a clean slate emotionally, or this can be a renewal emotionally, or this can be a reconnection emotionally. But first, there's going to be an analysis on what triggers the things getting close and me feeling triggered by that and needing to do everything to get away from that. Of me looking at my reflection in the mirror and running away from it. So it's anything that's going to like show you to yourself where there's going to be that intimacy or that feeling of connection or that love. And then that's a trigger, feeling out what that trigger is and seeing something has happened that is still unprocessed. So this can be, last time I let somebody get close to me, they ended up really disappointing me. And so now every time I start getting close with somebody like that, more so unconsciously, I feel like I need to get away because I don't want that to happen again, and I haven't fully processed what had happened. And that's what I'm working with right now. That's why I'm feeling a no about getting close. So that judgment, looking at the 5 of Cups, is breaking down what was that happened, or what were those things that happened that still haven't been processed yet. Past disappointments, past things related to that. It will be like sadness, disappointment, that feeling of loss, grieving, things that you can perceive were like taken away, or it was supposed to be like this and then that happened instead. It's going to be those things. Stuff that you can feel like I still haven't fully gotten over that, but you have to, having judgment there says you have to really look into this in order to find those answers for yourself. Otherwise, they can stay buried, they can stay hidden. So it makes sense too, like having the devil above the reversed Page of Cups, saying like for reasons of fear, not allowing for connection or trying to minimize those feelings or like push them down because of what happened when you let those feelings come up. So you're moving in the direction of working through that. I get the sense that this is most of all on an emotional level. Like this has to do with emotional and psychological stuff. And this can be the chapter where this is healed, where this is something that is being healed. And there's going to be first a recognition, then a getting to the bottom of the trigger, a recognition of the trigger, getting to the bottom of the trigger, really looking at that, and then working from there. Because it does look like there is a desire for that sense of connection and for that feeling of home and for that experience of intimacy and closeness and being able to move forward with things, for things to be able to progress. And then that feeling coming up of doing everything to sort of get away from that. because of, this can be like when feelings start coming up, that feels triggering to me. And again, like in an unconscious way, because this can be like something that happened that you hadn't yet made the connection, like, oh, this is linked to that. Because what this can do is have you misinterpret. You think that the way that this can like unconsciously impact is that a situation can be actually fine now and very much safe, and that it's something that you can connect with, and it really is what you're looking for, and it really does go together. But having that unconscious, the last time I did this, it didn't work out, and I was upset, and I was disappointed, and I was heartbroken, like whatever it was that you experienced in your head subconsciously, it can be saying it's going to do the same thing again, so you got to get away from it. Meanwhile, it's not your intuition that's saying that, because Page of Cups is coming out reversed. This is like not properly reading the feeling or like misinterpreting. This isn't your intuition saying, oh no, it's the same situation, get away from it. This is that message from the past coming back up. Meaning you're not in a situation where there's imminent threat right now, but there was something happening in the past that's still unintegrated. So now, even though you're in a safe situation now, you're still getting that signal of this being a threat when it's not actually. And then it keeps you from moving forward with things. It keeps this from coming together. And that's why there's that feeling of pushing away. That's where it's coming from. And that's what's being worked with currently. Feel like that about says it? I'm looking at Capricorn and we have Pluto. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.